Fell in Love with Hip Hop SCL. I'm your show host, Israel Picasso. We tuning live from St. Louis, Missouri. Today's guest is, can you let the people know who you are and where you from?
I'm GE Films, Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, GE Films. How was it for you growing up in Atlanta, Georgia?
Oh, well, I'm by way of Atlanta, Georgia with Charlotte, North Carolina. Man, growing up in Charlotte was I had a pretty childhood, man, growing up. I had a good childhood, for the beginning stage, me playing football, sport phenom. But then you know how it is when you allow your talents to be overthrown by them streets, man. So I chose them streets over my talent, man. Kind of, went the other way.
Yeah. So what type of things you went through in the streets, man? Like for the people coming up after you, that they can learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. I got in them streets right around 83, 84 as a real young one, man. I was young, man. I was like 12 years old. My family, I got a family that kind of like, like it's been passed down to be in them streets. So I come out, man, and I was more the chosen one from a late uncle I had that was, real heavy out here. So I kind of chose his path and got away from I feel like I was destined to do. Sports, man. I was a hell of a quarterback, hell of a basketball player, baseball, all-star, all-American, all that, man. But I chose them streets, man, became a superstar out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so what, you was on some hustling shit?
Oh yeah, definitely hustling, but it ended up me being one of the biggest known robbers.
Yeah, empty pockets. You was out there making niggas empty pockets.
Yeah.
Crazy up.
Yeah, that's what happened. And it got to the point. Go ahead.
Let me ask you, when did you start your first film, man? And where did that inspiration come from?
Oh man, my first film was done in 2012, and the inspiration came from Master P, man. I watched him while I was locked up. I was gone for 18 years, and I was locked up watching that man whole movement, and it came from me getting a newspaper article sent up under my door from a CO, and it was the wrong news. It was the wrong paper for me. I was supposed to get another paper, but I got a USA Today, and it was my next door seller. It was his newspaper. So the CO was walking by during the 4 o'clock count. I said, "Yo, CO, this ain't mine." He said, "Well, I come back around." And I get it on my way back, but little did I know that was God sending me a message. The light bulb went off. I read the first caption on it was, "Mainstream won't send on urban style literature," and it rakes in big bucks. So when I read that, a light bulb went off in my head. I said, "Man, I can write that." But there was an article on Vicky Stringer from True to Life publication, and Terry Woods was on there from True to the Game. So when I seen that, the light bulb went off, man. I wrote my first book in 3 weeks. It was a bestseller novel.
Okay, so what was the name of that book, if you can tell the people?
Yeah, my first book was Creeping on the Come Up, and it was based. I wrote it in 2005. I got that news article in 2005, and I wrote it in 2005. And the inspiration was, I'm real popular, right? I'm kind of like any setting I get to, it don't matter where I'm at, I'm very popular. And the guys in there, man, it was like that movie Life, when Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence was in there, the dorm room when he was telling that story, and everybody was like, man,
boom wrong and shit, yeah.
So when he was doing that, I'm like that kind of guy. So I was telling them guys, and I said, man, listen, I'm gonna get a deal, man. I promise you. I'm gonna get. They were like, man, go ahead, show, man, because they call me show. They like, go ahead, show, man. I said, man, watch what I say. I sent 10 manuscripts out. I got 8 contracts in the mail, and I came back doing mail call, told all of them. I said, man, if you believe in who you are, it's gonna happen.
Yes, sir.
Happen. And that's what happened, man. I got the contracts. I chose one, which was with Publish America. I ended up being a best-selling novel, man. It was a best-selling novel. And I walked out in the streets in 2007, and I was able to walk out into a check, so I ain't had to worry about trying to do nothing other than what
go backwards.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
so basically everybody supported you. Like for us, like your journey.
Yeah, I had major support, man. Not only that, this is the funny thing. I remember I seen when I was doing my research, said you in St. Louis, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I met so many dudes out of St. Louis at Leavenworth, man. I was in Leavenworth, Kansas.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of niggas locked up in St. Louis. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
straight up.
I was at Leavenworth, Kansas, man, and I met a gang. You know, that's kind of like home turf for the penitentiary of St. Louis. You know what I mean? A lot of St. Louis cats, a lot of East St. Louis cats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my uncle, he locked up. He got life with no parole in the feds, man. He ain't never coming home.
Yeah, man. You know, I pray on him and his freedom, man. Something happened for him. You know what I mean? Because you know, there a lot of brothers had life, but Obama changed that shit. All of them coming home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
Yes. I was out there, man. I met a lot of brothers from St. Louis out there, man. And them guys, they really good guys, man. I met some good brothers out of St. Louis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, first off, I want to congratulate you on the Black Rob documentary, man. How did that feel, man, working with you know, such high celebrity status, like, you know, Black Rob, like everybody know about him?
It was a blessing, man, and it was a sad case though. You know, I'm out here. I was in Charlotte at the time. I have a club down there called Hollywood Nights. And
okay.
When I got it, I only got it for the reasons of to bring Hollywood type of entertainment, you know, real star-studded shit to there as a comedy club, but it ended up being more of movies. You know, I brought Miguel Nunez out there. I brought Idris Elba. He came out there. You know, I was bringing them out there to show the city that we here, we close. You know what I'm saying? And we can touch these people, and you can do the same thing they doing if that's what you into. Being that inspiration. And one day, man, a dude named Cal Dawson. I think he was in
Cal Dawson, man.
Yeah, he was in town for some type of show, and he came in because Cal actually was in Charlotte a little bit, but I never did get to, you know, I never met him, didn't know him, and he was telling me that he was booking a lot of the artists, so he was asking me if I wanted to do anything that he can provide these people on his roster. So he was like, one in particular was Black Rob, and I was thinking about doing like an old school hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about doing that type of hip hop. So I say, you know, like early 2000 hip hop. So I was like, let me think about it, man. I thought about it. So All Star 21 was coming up. So Cal had been moving them around, and I just said, man, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and deal with it. Cause I was, you know, I do film by trade. That's what I do. So we was doing like filming on him while he was in Detroit when we was in Detroit. But I started noticing that Black Rob health wasn't where it was at. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we see these celebrities, and then, you know, especially the guys that's been out there up until actually see them, to know how they manage their money, if they still on point, if them drugs, if they mess with them drugs, if they, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to really see what's up. So I just seen how the brother health was diminishing, bro. Like diminishing. I seen it right before my eyes. He was kind of all right when I seen him in 20, but 21, I did an all-star, a major all-star joint. I had Black Rob, Mr. Cheeks, Benny Siegel, Rennie Rucci, Slam Life. I had all of them down there, man. And when we booked him, that was March 6th, 21. Yeah, March the 5th, 21. And when I booked him, man, right after his show, the whole story began right there. I was getting ready to take him back to the airport, and he looked at me in the room, and he was kind of like being slow about moving. I'm like, yo, man, I got some other shows to do. You know what I'm saying? I got Beans coming on. You know, his DJ finna come, he flying in. I need you to go ahead because it was Beans' birthday, Benny Siegel's birthday on March 6th.
Yeah.
Our show was March 5th.
Shout out to Beans.
Got ready to take him to the airport, man. He looked at me and said, I can't go home. I said, what you mean? He said, man, I can't go, man. Me and my family, you know, we having issues. So I'm gonna stick around for beans like that. I was like, man, you know, shit, this goddamn Black Rob, that what he want to do, it's all good. But I done fulfill my obligation. As
Mm-hmm.
you know, I done did my job. You know, I got him booked, got him there, and I was trying to get him back, but he gonna miss that flight, right? So another brother named Goldmouth, which is Jeezy Man.
Yeah,
Goldmouth
I
from
know what you're talking about.
yeah, Goldmouth, my guy. So I was introduced to him through Cal. So Goldmouth ended up picking Black Rob up and getting him a room because it was all star, so it's hard to get rooms. And the story, little did we know the story began right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From that, his whole story began. That's where it was inspired from. So the brother was sick, man. He wasn't doing his dialysis. Every day we filming because, you know, we asked him, can we film? He said, yeah, y'all go ahead, man, because you got to leave some type of legacy. You know, whatever it is, whether you're going to be here or you're not, at least you have
Mm-hmm.
your to pass on. And little did we know, man, uh, that was the 6th. He died on the he died on the he died the next month.
Damn.
He died. Yeah, he died a month and a week later. And we
That's
had got
crazy.
footage the whole time we was around each other. I had got so much footage till we just said, you know, when he died, we're gonna collectively put it together and just try to, you know, get it out there because the world needs to see what this brother went through when I had came up with the idea of the last days of his life. Not his
Yeah.
documentary from what him and Pete did and all them went through, but the days that I booked him, I
Yeah.
got playing until the day he died. So that was the last days of Black Rob. It turned out real good. We got a deal. We negotiated a deal with Tubi, and you know, the rest is history, man.
So, how did Tubi end up seeing the documentary? How did they find it, or y'all shopped it out to them?
Well, I ended up meeting a guy over at Cavalli Studios named Clashes K, and he told me that, you know, I just, you know, kind of like show. So let me show you something. I just want to know if you'll be able to kind of like walk this in the door. You know what I mean? Because they got all these relationships with different networks, and they actually based in Atlanta as well. So Cavalli was able to take it. He looked at it, and he seen the sincerity in what we was doing. Because, you know, remember we didn't know the brother was gonna die,
Right.
so we really filming out of love. So when I took it to him after we put it together, he said, "Man, I'm gonna turn it over and try to get you a deal, man. You know, I like it enough to try to push it." Cool. He ended up calling Homestead, which is Tubi, and they called a young lady about it with glass slippers. That's why you see that picture, glass slippers on a lot, maybe 80% of the stuff that's on Tubi. You'll see glass slippers come up because
Okay.
that's they in connection with her, right? She like an aggregator. So we did that, and it got up. We brokered the deal, got it up. So now we just, you know, it's been up maybe about 5 months.
Yeah, it's definitely a need to go watch, man. It's definitely a need to go watch. I watched it. It's a great interview, great documentary, man. Y'all did your thing.
Appreciate that, brother.
For real, for real. Now, this next question I want to ask you, man. Who are some of your favorite film directors and why?
Man, John Singleton. Man, uh, I love Tyler Perry for his reasons. You know, I love I love Martin Smith. I
Okay.
like those guys because these are pioneers. Oh, Mario Van Peebles too. I like him too. You know, with New Jack City, and he behind a lot of stuff. I like those brothers in particular because first of all, they black. Second of all, they somebody that I seen that influenced me because I'm of their likeness. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so that was a major motivation, and just to be able to, like John Singleton, being able to tell the tales of what we go through, our stories that's unstoppable. You know what I mean? we got stories for forever because we the ones that endured the most pain.
Facts.
But we got stories. You know, our stories is our reality. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
ain't nothing fabricated about it because we done been through it, man. We done been through it, man.
Most definitely, most definitely. So, what's the process of filming? Do you take with new, actors and actresses, and like, does their energy have to matter? Like, for us, like, does their energy match your energy? Like when you filming?
Yeah, well, the main thing is like when we cast, you'll know what you got, and you'll know like just like when you meet somebody, like when you know when you got the right interview, if they really into the interview, if they really, giving you the feedback that's supposed to be needed if you interviewing them, because you ain't gonna just want to interview no deadbeat person for your show.
Come on.
Yeah, your show like that. You ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me that love the way I give to you. You know what I mean?
For real.
So when we casting, we kind of like know the ones that's real serious because they're gonna bring it. They're gonna bring what they about. If you got that one shot, you got one shot to show me what time it is. One shot, one chance. Give it to me. And if they tap into that inner self to know, block everybody out and do your thing. I'm gonna know if you're ready for what I'm trying to do. And when they bring it, I know who gonna shine when it's time for us to say action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely, most definitely. So, what does it take to book you for a film? Like, if somebody wanted to, shoot a film, what's the ticket?
Well, it depends. Like, I had to get the actual script. I need to see the script because I'm the kind like I'm not gonna shoot anything. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna get not being, a person that's I just certain stuff I'm not into. I ain't no male on male kissing. I ain't getting involved with nothing like
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir. We ain't doing that.
Yeah, I don't do that. So if the script is a good script and they catch me, you know what I mean? Just for the ones that need to know, if I see a script that's past in between 90 and 120 pages, we can talk. If I see something 120 plus, people need to know the knowledge that each time you see that, that's money.
Yeah.
That's more money. You know what I'm saying? It's a minute a page that you got in a script. So we speaking on 90 pages, that's a 90-minute film. If we speaking on 120 pages, that's a 120-minute film, which is, the ultimate actual film. But anything other than that, that's more time, more money, and I don't think that's majority in a lot of people's budget to even go there. So just some FYI, your show that GE Films gave you, that if you was ever to go to Hollywood and present your script to Queen Latifah, the first thing they're gonna do, brother, the very first thing they're gonna do is grab your script. They're gonna talk to you. At the same time, they're gonna flip your script and look at the back page. If they see anything over 120, they're gonna give your script back and they're gonna tell you, well, have a nice day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, I needed that. I appreciate that, Jude, man.
That's exactly what they're gonna do.
For real, for real. Now let's talk about your new movie, man. Only Way Out, man. How did you come up with that? Let's speak on that.
Believe it or not, brother, I had that in my head. I had that in my head over 14 years ago. And
Wow.
this movie is based on 4 people. I'm basing it out of Charlotte, but it's 4 rappers. They're the best of the best on the east, west, north, south side.
Okay.
They know about each other. They don't like each other, not because they've done nothing to each other, but because they're the best of the best. And each one of them want a piece of the other one to show that I'm better. But they dealing with a life issue. Each one of them individually is dealing with a life issue that's trying to hinder them from becoming the best.
Okay.
So we got 3 men and 1 lady. And one of the guys' mother is a heroin kingpin.
Mm.
She basically prepped him to become a music head, somebody that's in the music when he was a child, to keep him out the streets. But when she realized his popularity, she realized that she could move her work through him and how good he was with people. He just had that gift.
Yeah.
So He didn't want to do that. He don't want to sell no drugs. He didn't want to be a part of what his mom had because you prepped him to be a musical genius, but now you want him to sell drugs. So that's a mental issue. That's what he's dealing with, a mental issue. The second brother is a brother that's a scam artist, and his mom is on heroin. And he has to be a father to a little brother, and he has no kids. And all he has to survive is take care of his brother, scam everybody, and take care of his mom to try to get his mom in rehab because she's addicted to heroin. So that's his whole get up. He's dealing with a drug addiction, dealing with his mom. The other young man is a white boy. He was born in poverty. His mom was like, you know what they quote unquote poor white trash, but he's standing in the projects. He grew up in the projects. So dealing with his life, he had to fight every day because you know how we are in the projects. We're gonna try your ass to the end.
Fact.
You're gonna fight till you show us you want us.
On me.
When you're in that trap long enough, then you become our brother. So that's where he grew up at. That's all he knew was me, my kind, your kind, like our color. So he dealing with identity issues. You understand what I'm saying? His father doesn't accept his way of life because he want to be a rapper. And his dad told him, don't be like them niggas. You understand? So he's dealing with identity issues. Then the last one is the young lady who has no mother, no father. Father got life. The only living relative she has is her uncle Ice Pick, and he's in prison for 28 years and he's finna come home. And she for love in a man that she never received from her father. So she left every man that she can, and she find a guy he just gonna beat her ass all the way through the movie. So she dealing with physical abuse.
Yeah.
And these 4 vices in each individual is hindering them to stop them from becoming who they want to be.
Man, that's a crazy storyline, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I want to watch that, man. So where can the fans go to find your movie?
Well, this movie hasn't been out yet. It ain't out yet. I'll be rapping on this about another month and a half. I'll be rapping on it. So I'm expecting this to be ready for release around July, August. That's when I'm gonna try to do a release on this movie. So that's where it is right now.
Okay, and will it be like where would you have it streaming at?
Well, we got a situation right now with Queen Latifah. We got a situation with Netflix. You know, of course, Tubi is always an option. So you know, we got different ones now. You know, it was the whole thing of just building a Rolodex so I can try to you know, make a chess move so I can say, okay, now we're not giving chances on. We get back end money now. When I bring whatever I bring now, we need some upfront money. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how it's going now.
For sure. And you just mentioned Queen Latifah. So I want to ask you on this next question. When did you fall in love with hip hop?
Man, I fell in love with hip hop when The Message came out. That was 1980, 81. The Message.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, man.
So who was it? Like, what was some of the artists that you was listening to back then?
Well, back then, you know, when Melly Mel them came out, you know, there wasn't no artists after them until later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that was like 1980. So
Fact.
When after that, it was more like, you know, LL Cool J, the Crush Groove shit, all that shit, Fat Boys, you know, all that era right there. Because I was into that breakdancing real good then. So
yeah.
I was able to, I just fell in love with it. I liked it, everything about it, the clothes, the style, the you know, just the wordplay. It was everything about our culture. Because that song it messed me up, man. Cause I see it as a child.
For sure, for sure. So what's next for GE Films, and what does GE stand for?
GE stands for Gargantuan Entertainment.
Okay.
That means something huge, gigantic. That's
yes,
what
sir.
it is.
Yes, sir.
And what's next, man, is Unstoppable Films, man. I'm just on a mission to do, you know, at least I want to try to shoot. If I get my team like I want it, I want to try to shoot at least 6 films in a year.
Yeah, you trying to work.
Yeah, I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm working. So that's what I did. I ended up writing 30 scripts with some me and some guys wrote. I got some for myself, but I got some guys that wrote something with me while I was in there. We all still together. One of my brothers is up in Detroit by the name of Cheddar Boy Records and Cheddar Boy Films. He got the joint called One More Flip. He got a new joint they just released called 5 Minutes, and he finna do one of the stories that we wrote called Real Love. And if you hip to Netflix, you know, Tubi, check out Cheddar Boy Films, and that's one of the guys that was like that got out and started making shit happen too.
Yeah, maybe we can get him on the show, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure his name is the one they read is Cheddar Boy Street Lord Rook.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, we got up in Virginia named David Pitt, and he's a part of Gargantuan. He shot in collaboration with me. It's called LSD. It's about the rap. We rapped it about 3 weeks ago. So y'all gonna start seeing that. It's a psychedelic film, that first one ever. You're gonna see it. It's like it's crucial. So get ready for that as well.
For sure. Now, how can you be reached via social media?
You can hit me on Instagram. It's the real Mr. Hollywood Nights. The real Mr. Hollywood Nights. Facebook, my Gargantuan Films page. Or you can get my website is gargantuanentertainment.biz. Okay.
Now, this last question I'm gonna ask you before we get out of here, man. What advice can you give to those who want to follow in your footsteps, as far as the youth?
Oh man, use this motto because I did it. It's called the struggle, the change, the prosperity.
And the struggle, change, prosperity. Okay.
You stay focused. What I can say is, you know, a person that's told that you gotta, you know, you're gonna be gone for 18 years on a 21 year sentence, where it looks like it's no way out. But you know, it's always, you know, light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? And you stay focused, man. You just got to stay focused and believe in what you do. Like I believe in that motto Tupac had when he said, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Just look at me. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Just stay on your shit, man, and don't let none of them lames, them suckers out here get you crossed up, get you caught up where you ain't thinking about your future before your unreal shit. You know what I mean? That unreal shit get everybody gone. You know what I mean? Because you got to prove a point. Ain't no points to prove. Prove it to yourself. Get your bread, take care of your family, and love on your mom now. And you know, one of the biggest things that got me, my mom told me this. She said, I can't do it no more. She told me that. I ain't never been in the street, bro, more than two and a half years. My whole time since I jumped out there.
Yeah.
I came home, my mama told me